It's really important to understand where you sit within the sector, and in particular against like-for-like schools. And so what was really important to us was to understand the feedback within our own context, but also where we sat within feedback against other schools that had perhaps similar demographics, similar size, or were at a similar part of their journey. So my name is Nikki Kirkup, and I'm the principal of the Knox School. The first time it's participated in the lead surveys. The lead surveys are something that we've been looking at for a little while and had been wanting to change. And last year we did some research, had some recommendations, and we decided to take the plunge and to go in for the full suite of the lead surveys. In our previous surveys, we used 3 or 4 different surveys to capture the stakeholder engagement in different ways. So a survey for our staff, a different survey for our students, a different survey for our parents, and so on. And what we felt was that different types of survey didn't provide that holistic 360 overview. What I was looking for was anything that potentially didn't align between our stakeholders. So take, for example, an opinion, perhaps a perception that was coming from our students, which was very different to that coming through from the parents. And whilst that's a tension that is not a negative thing, it's something that I wanted to unpack and learn a little bit more about. One example of something where there was a conflict that we've begun to unpack is our student perception in the questions around a wellbeing program. The parents thought we did a great job with the wellbeing program. Students thought we did a slightly less good job. And what we realized in then going into forums with our students and unpacking those areas was that their understanding of what was a wellbeing program was not necessarily what actually we had developed. And what we realized was actually it was a flaw in our communication strategy with our students. This was the first time our school had used the board governance surveys. And one of the reasons why I was very keen to do that is that we're in strategic planning at the moment, and we've had a little bit of change on our board. And I was very keen to ensure that our board had that self-reflection tool in order to understand their role in supporting the school and working with me as a relatively new principal. The process of doing that for our board was really useful, because what it allowed them to do was reflect on not only their view of the school, their view of the vision, the way in which they support us, but actually their role and their accountabilities and the things that they should be across day to day. What the full suite of surveys did for us this year was to really just check in on our assumptions at a really important time for the school. And at the Knox School, we often talk about focusing on the tides and not the waves. And what I mean by that is that often as a school leader, you hear a lot of noise and you hear the crashing of the waves, and sometimes you can get distracted by that. If you take the time to focus on those tides and the real trends that are emerging in your community that last an impact on your landscape, that's what the survey can help you unpack.